Remember Grandma's car, the car you really didn't want to be seen in? Well, that's all over the 2014 Mazda 6, a car that I would like to be seen in. From just about all over, this car is sexy. The new line sort of speak of an older audience, and the design speaks of an older audience, but still those who care about the looks of the car and how it looks on the road. So let's check out this 2014 Mazda 6 with all its great tech inside, and also find out what the hell happened to Mazda to create something like this from the old pudgy looking car. So your first impressions of a new Mazda 6 is sort of a wow factor of the quality of materials inside. Usually Mazda looks like recycled plastic on recycled plastic in terms of interior quality. This one has soft touch leather everywhere, everything is nice to touch. The plastics are even better to feel, and it's not just old and cheap. Even the sunroof sort of feels a little bit more high quality than it usually does feel in a Mazda. Now we could talk about the centerpiece of this whole dashboard. You do have a 5.8-inch infotainment system display right in the middle of the dashboard. You can actually touch it. It's a touchscreen display. It works, and once we go here, we can actually find something very similar to a lot of you. This is the TomTom navigation system. Since it is a TomTom system, it's a very easy to use system. Basically, if you are stuck on the navigation display, you could actually just stab at the display and it will take you to navigate to, view map, plan routes, help, services, settings, and done. So we can go to navigate to, and you can go by street address, and it'll do by a basically a QWERTY keyboard, and it tells you what city you're gonna do, and it's very easy to use. If you don't want to use the touchscreen, there is a clicky scrolly wheel right here in the bottom. It's very easy to use. It's very similar to those on the BMW iDrive cars and the Audi MMI cars. You can kick it, you can go up, down, left, or right. You can turn it to select something. It's very easy to use, but it is sort of counterintuitive in some parts. We can get to that in just a second here. But you also have a voice entry option, and that works pretty well.
Ready.
Navigation.
Navigation. Please say the full address, including the city and state.
235 Main Street, Nashville, Tennessee.
Say the list number of the correct address or say none of these.
1.
235 Main Street, Nashville, Tennessee. Is that correct?
So you see, it's not one of those navigation systems where you have to sort of give little bits of information at a time. You can actually blurt out a whole street address and it will figure out from there. Now I was talking about the counterintuitive way of using this little clicky scrolly wheel. It sort of shows when you're trying to do simple tasks. So right now I'm on the audio display and I can click back because I was just on the navigation display. When I click it, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there. I actually have to press the navigation button to go back to my navigation. Back doesn't do a darn thing in this whole system. Now in terms of media input, you have a lot of selections. You have AM, FM, which is usual. You have your satellite radio. You have Bluetooth with Bluetooth streaming and also Bluetooth hands-free. Pandora will actually automatically install itself once you connect your phone to Bluetooth. USB, you have a little USB thing right here. You're never going to use that. And you also have HD radio and auxiliary in, and you also have your standard CD player. Now in terms of driver aids on this car, there are a lot to talk about. For one, it does have radar guided cruise control. It's very similar to the one we have on the Audi, very similar to the one we had on the Ford Fusion. Basically, there is a radar that picks up any object that is in front of the car. So basically, you can hook up to a car and it will follow a set distance that you set and a set speed, and it won't go above that speed. Very similar. So if that car accelerates, you accelerate. If that car brakes, then you brake. It's a very simple idea. Now, this one does have a blind spot monitoring system. It is a passive system, unfortunately, not like the Ford Fusion that will actually torque the steering wheel. This one will just light up and make a little noise if there is someone on that side or that side of your car if you're indicating to go into that lane. It's a very simple system as well. There are two little LEDs on the side view mirrors that light up if there is a car, and if you indicate that you're going to turn that way, it will actually make a little beep noise. Now, the last technology I want to talk about is cross-traffic monitoring on the back camera. Basically, this car has no sorts of parking sensor. All it does have is a backup camera, which gives you an image of what's behind you. Now, basically, there are two sensors on the back bumper of this car. It will tell you if there's a car about to T-bone you in terms of a parking lot situation. It won't apply brakes for you. All it'll do will actually just make a noise if there is a car, and it'll give you a little arrow on the display inside the car. Now, this car has a 4-cylinder, but it does have the Skyactiv technology by Mazda. Now, what Skyactiv is basically an engine that has a higher compression ratio than normal standard cars. This car has a 13:1 compression ratio, which is the same as a Formula One car. Does it go like a Formula One car? No, but it does mean that it will deliver more bang to every fuel ounce that it burns. Now, the only problem to that is pre-detonation on that high compression. What Mazda does is they drill a hole into the cylinder that will sort of relieve some of the pressure and the pre-detonation, and that in turn can cure the pre-detonation. You know, when it comes to pricing midsize sedans, I'm pretty sure they have the toughest job of pricing these things right. The 2014 Mazda 6 starts at just over $21,000, the same as many other cars like the Nissan Altima, Ford Fusion, Toyota Camry. You can keep naming them and naming them. But this guy starts at $21,000. It's a little over $21,000, but you get nothing in terms of cabin technology or really any sort of up-level, upscale upholstery. To get into a decently trim model and a lot of technology inside, because that's probably why you're watching this video, you have to upgrade to the Grand Touring package. That goes around $30,000. That gives you leather seats, that gives you the sports seats as well, gives you the TomTom navigation, gives you the cruise control, the radar-guided cruise control, blind spot detection, and also cross-traffic alert on the back. But for a car that looks this good and drives that well, I think it's $30,000 worth spent.